Well, good morning and welcome back to the channel. So last week we had the gold ring video up, and I was going to show you the gold mode settings that I used to find the top part of the ring, because nothing else would. This is really good for finding hoards or missing coins out of your hoard. If you ever find a hoard or a site that you've had some decent coins off and you think there might be more there deeper, well, gold mode is the one to use. My first signal of the day, I think it's a jetton or a copper hammered. To make out a little bit of detail there. I have to give that a clean up when we get home, but it's definitely, I'd say, a jetton. Bit crusted on that side. That's certainly what it is. Right, what I'll do then, I'll show you the gold mode setting and what to do to recover your deeper hammereds or artefacts. The top of the gold ring I found last week was really minute, and it only came over at 3 on the Equinox, and only gold mode 2 found it. Okay. So if we go into gold mode and say it's got to be gold mode 2, because gold mode 1 is for shallower bits of gold. So we've got a gold mode 2. Right, so the only thing is with this, it's in one tone and you're going to get a lot of signals. You can see the iron has been discrimmed, but the 2 notches above that, which is normally the hot rocks, isn't. So you're going to pick up hot rocks with the gold mode 2. So obviously you have your sensitivity up as far as you can get it. So what you need to do is go into accept and reject. Okay, and use the plus and minus buttons to go up the scale till you get to the first 2 notches. The first notch is flashing. Press the tick and discrim that out. Go up to the next scale, press the tick and discrim that out, and then just press your detect button, and that's all you need. So gold mode 2, oh no, sorry, right, you also need to go into ground balance. Make sure your ground balance is on 0. Okay, and that will get rid of your ground tracking, because we don't need that on. It runs your battery down as well quickly, and 0 ground balance is really recommended for European conditions, and it is the deepest. I've done a lot of trials with it, and definitely 0 ground balance is the deepest. So that is what you need to look for the rest of your coins on fields that have, I recommend using this setting on fields that you've done but you think there's still more stuff there, and this will get the deeper stuff. Okay, hope this helps. Let's carry on with a bit of detecting. So we're on a bit of land that the farmer has took a bit of topsoil off, and again still had to dig down a bit even though he's took the bloody topsoil off. Another jetton. Not really used to finding jettons much in this part of the country. I'll have to see if we can get some more detail off that. I'm getting a little bit of interference. I always do when I come here. So I always tend to switch to 15 frequency, which normally sorts it out when I've had enough of listening to all the chatter. But at the moment I'm in multi. Definitely a jetton. So that's two jettons off the same patch. Very nice. Okay. Well, next up for me is, you have to excuse my voice. I've had the cold all week. Is it a lovely little buckle with the pin in? I'll clean it up and we'll get some more pictures, because that looks like it's intact. Probably 16th century. Right, let's get this cleaned up. Okay. So here we have. It's still got the pin on. Lovely little buckle. Don't often find them like that. I'm happy with that one. I say that come over at 14 on the Equinox. Next up, we have another nice buckle, a lovely nice patina on it. That came in at 21. I think maybe after dinner I am going to put my new 6-inch coil on. There's a few places that the farmer's been digging. We need to check. Okay. Next up, we've got a lead button. Nice pattern on it. And that came over at 11 on the Equinox. Next up, came in at 15. Got a very nice spectacle buckle with the pin attached. So this morning I've actually got my big coil on, which is doing the business. But this afternoon, like I say, I've got some trenches to search, so I'm going to put my little 6-inch coil on, and that'll be probably the first time I've used it properly, where I've needed to use it. So we're going to see how that goes. It's quite nice. Next we have a scratchy signal of 18. We have a button. Look at the size of that. Pretty sure they're medieval buttons, but it's nearly the size of a bloody crotal bell. Look at that. That's one big button. Okay. Next up, with the minelab 15-inch coil, very deep down, but we have another buckle. Gonna have to start calling this field buckle field, I think. It's quite an early one, Tudor probably. Okay, next up we have a Scottish bawbee. These date back from like the 1600s. Could just make out the thistle on it, not much on the other side. When you're finding these, there's normally hammered around as well, so let's just hope. And we have another deep one for the Equinox. And you just make out his head facing that way. I think it's Charles II, 1600s again, and another thistle. So it's another bawbee. Very worn, but you could just make it out. It's that way up, I think. Quite chunky this one this time. Okay, we had a 23. It looks like it's another coin. Looks a little different. Let's get that cleaned up. Looks slightly different, that coin. Back in a minute. So it looks like it's one of the early Georges, probably George the First. So 1727, is it? 1720 something. That's a George the First copper. It's not in bad state really, is it? It's got quite a ridge on it. Okay, next up we have artefact. Not sure what it is, but when you turn it over, reminds me a bit of like a dress hook. Could be Tudor in date, maybe. I'll get it cleaned up and we'll get some pictures up. Not sure what that is. If anybody knows, comment below. And next up we have another buckle. Another spectacle buckle. Oh, I'd run out of how many buckles we've had off here. It's unbelievable. Isn't that nice? Nice design on it. And that came over at 19 on the Equinox. Next up, came in at 22 on the Equinox, and we have silver. George III shilling, 1817. Not in bad condition. I'm liking that. Very nice. Well guys, that's about it for today. Sick of digging holes. I've had a good day though. Never got to use a little coil in the end, but I will be back on it next time with some settings and what settings I'm going to use with a little coil. Okay, thank you all for watching and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now.